do it at night.
It keeps them at night.
Still going at night.
But if you do the 7, it'll be the same thing. So if he ain't making payroll now, how is he gonna make the payroll and pay all this interest? And the second-hand information is Russia has got much hardwood as it is in the United States. And they got all the Chinese over there at 2 bits a day to ship it over here. And how we gonna compete with them when they put in safety belts, safety chain, all of that, and when they kill one of them, next man jump in the spot.
So Mr. D, you're against it, right?
Do what now?
Simple, you're against it, right?
You better bet I am. Unless they can put on the table, they're gonna put this up and show me where they can cut out that much and produce that much more to make pay.
Is that your question, Mr. D?
Okay, I'd like to respond to that. Currently, the way our debt is set up, when we were making payments to the Federal Land Bank and able to do it, and paying the interest on our revolver with the Wachovia Bank, it was costing $4.1 million a year that we were having to pay. Okay? With this new deal, when you pay $7 million back at 5% over 20 years, and in addition to that, we're going to get a restructuring from Wachovia Bank where they're going to write our debt down from $21 million to $12 million. It's then going to be where our principal and interest payments per year are going to be $1.5 million as opposed to $4.1 million. That's $2.6 million that we got back in the business to make those payments, to preserve these jobs, and we are making payroll. We've never missed a payroll. And in reference to the Chinese market has hurt us. It hurt us in the factory finish business. And we had to shut that business down, and it was a mistake that we got into it. We blew a lot of money out of this company with that mistake. And the Chinese imported a lot of material because of cheap labor in here that we couldn't compete with them, and could not get our product to the marketplace cheaper than the Chinese and the 800-pound gorilla called Armstrong tile. However, one thing that's going on in China now and may help us in the future is the fact that the Chinese now, because they are getting increases in their pay and are having better jobs over there, they are developing a middle class of citizens who are consuming and spending. They like American products. So instead of those products coming into China to be manufactured and shipped back into the U.S. to compete against us, the Chinese now are becoming a consumer. And with the population they got of 1.3 billion people, you only need 1%. It's not very big for a middle class, but in their instance, it's 1.3 million people. Or 13 million people, okay? So the Chinese may end up helping us by being able to get into the export business more than we've been able to do in the past. But with these changes, we can make those payments.
All right? That's what you see. Show it to me on a piece of paper where people here can see that plan where we can better understand what we do. I've
sent that to
they keep all of that. They don't tell us nothing. They don't tell us nothing.
That's the condition. Thank you, sir. That's what we're paying for.
The what now?
That's what we're paying for, to look at that.
Where is it?
We're paying them to look at that.
They won't show it to nobody.
It ain't our business.
Yes, it is.
We're paying them to take care of it.
Yes, Dick, thank you.
You paid your 3 minutes.
The one that paid that.
Send 3 minutes.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Show me.
Identify yourself.
Okay, I'm identifying myself. I'm Billy Rose from Jefferson, Alabama. I'm born and raised in Marengo County. I don't work for the county commission, Marengo County, or Linden Lumber Company. My interest is strictly as a tax-paying citizen of Marengo County for something that would be good for the county. I'm retired, I do own a home, and I do own timberland.
Yes, sir.
I have sold timber to Linden Lumber Company. I cannot understand why the county commission wants to get into finance business. It was presented as a last resort with a hurry-up deal and presented that 425 jobs are going to be lost if you guys don't come through and do that. I don't see anybody on the county commission, I think, that has the expertise to compete with a bank in Birmingham or even Demopolis, Alabama, for that matter.
Amen.
They have the expertise to know about what they can lend and what they can't. This gentleman stood up and said, you will have a first mortgage on $21 million worth of collateral to borrow $7 million. Most any bank I know of, from what I know of the banking business, would be glad to get a loan like that. And so I think you'll break. Wait a minute, let me finish. I still got some more time. I talked to a couple of my county commissioners about it. I called one, and he wouldn't return the call.
I always return calls.
You didn't return my call. But anyway,
I've been out of town for ever since Tuesday.
you were just supposed to be back into a new business. You just bought in the office. Just got all this.
Let's get on with the issue at hand.
But nevertheless, I'm using up some of the time. I don't want to do it. I don't think we have the expertise to get into finance business to compete with other people. You're getting into opening a new can of worms. We've had businesses shut down in Marengo County before, and we've survived. We had Miller Lumber Company in Demopolis, Thomas and Miller Lumber Company down here. I understand Ball Timber is out. We've had Vanity Fair, which tremendously hurt us for a number of jobs. Well, I worked for other people most of my life. Anytime you work for somebody else, that's the chance you take. You have a job at their pleasure. It's not the end of the world if you lose that job, fellas, because I've lost some good. And it's not the end of the world. The sun comes up tomorrow, and you can go on and make a new life. The gentleman said, maybe I'd have to move. Go where the jobs are, if that's what you need to do. But if we finance Linden Lumber Company with a loan like that, when I think they probably could get it somewhere else, then we're opening a can of worms that every business that gets in a slight difficulty is going to have a steady stream of people to come to the county commission door to say, look, we need some of this money. And we shouldn't be in the finance business, though. We're not, don't have the expertise to handle that like a banking institution does. We need to avoid that. We need to help Linden Lumber Company to secure financing any way we can. If the old miles, they've done a lot for Marengo County, but Marengo County has done a lot for the old miles. And they made money. And they also put a bunch in circulation, which helped the economy of our county. But I don't like the idea of 425 jobs being used as a ploy to say you must do this or we're going to shut it down. If you want to shut it down, gentlemen, that's your prerogative. But I think that eventually it'll come back and it'll make you money. I have great respect for Don. I used to know him. I hadn't seen him in 50 years, I don't reckon. Last time I saw you were riding a motorcycle, you know, that was a long time.
Yes, he was.
But anyway, that's the way I feel about things. I think that you should proceed cautiously before you get in there. I know you cite us on to the Demopolis Times that act was passed by the legislature where we could do this. But you need to get a clearance from the Attorney General of the state of Alabama that you can do it before you do it with it. Because you can get in trouble.
I don't have a vote, bro.
Huh?
I don't vote. I was asking for legal.
Mr. Arthur quoted you at the time and saying if we do what he did do, we're safe, and I have all the confidence in the world.
Well, I said I had confidence in our attorney.
You know, well, that's him, isn't it?
That's right.
Okay, same guy.
In answer to your question, bro, no, there's not a bank, a local bank, that's going to loan them $7 million and lock them in at 5% interest for 20 years.
Well,
Any bank
our
is-
local banks are not the only financial institution.
There's no banks now that will do that.